What's going on, everybody? Greg back again for another video, another vlog. This week something a little bit different. We asked some questions, some hard-hitting questions to the wives, some of the wives of the MK3 Squad. So take some time, enjoy the video, watch it with your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, and see what she answers to some of these questions. I think some of the answers will surprise you. So without further ado, kick back, grab a beer, watch the video, and enjoy. Peace. I got you guys here today to ask you a little bit of questions about your car, guys, and the car scene and how you guys feel about it. So it's just gonna be a few questions and answer honestly. On the right is my lovely wife, Melinda. And on the left is Omar's wife, Lauralee. Now, Omar is Watermelon Express on Instagram, if you don't know by now. And he's also shy and doesn't want to be on camera. Hey. So like I'm saying, when you met your car guy, did you know he was into cars? Or was he into cars when you met him?
That's a good story.
I don't think I knew. Okay, so when I met Greg, he had a black Mazda Millennia. And it was cute. It was automatic. So it had some wheels, it had some tins, but it wasn't like anything crazy or anything like what he has now. So when he sold that car, he showed up with a hoopty. I'm like, what the heck is this? What have I gotten myself into? What have I gotten myself into? I think it was like...
Can you define hoopty?
It was like... Was it the green?
It was a
green
1996.
That's not a hoopty.
4-door Acura Integra.
It looked like a hoopty.
Oh, that's not. See, that's not a hoopty. When you say
Come
hoopty,
Come over here and tell us.
Sorry.
Then go sit down and talk.
No.
This is my interview.
Yeah, it's her interview.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot of editing, but it's fine. It's all staying in.
He showed up with what was an Acura Integra?
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's much better.
It was an Acura Integra.
I know that you guys out there in the car were like, "Oh my God, he had an Acura Integra." I'm like, "Oh my God." You guys like, "Oh my gosh." I'm like,
oh it wasn't an oh my, it was not an oh my gosh.
Acura Integra, they're nice.
The car was nice.
On the
tan leather. And it was nice.
What did you expect though? You're saying that, oh my God, he pulled up in an Acura. Well, what would have been a...
I mean, I'm assuming the Acura is better than the hoopty.
The Acura was
the Acura was the hoopty.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, to me that's not a hoopty though.
Coming from it was a Mazda Millennia, fully spec'd. It wasn't an S, but it had everything in it. Leather, everything. Really nice. It had 20-inch wheels. It was lowered. It was nice.
It was very nice.
Real nice.
So yeah, so to me the Acura was a hoopty. So I didn't know much about cars back then. I didn't realize that was like a nice car to him. Oops. Then you had that Honda.
Traded the Acura for a Honda.
Yep. And then you got the Jetta, right?
And then I sold that Acura for the Jetta.
Okay. So I didn't really know that you were a car guy until you started getting all these different cars, and I was like, well, what is happening? And then then once you got the Jetta, that was it. You were like full car guy mode.
Yeah. Because of certain people I met.
Yeah, because Omar was such a good influence on you.
Me?
Well, if she thinks that
Integra
is a hoopty, you don't want to know what Omar was driving when I met him. So, just saying, the stuff that I went through. But actually, when I first met Omar, I didn't think he was a car guy. Like you were saying,
yeah,
it didn't seem like, oh my gosh, car. You know, I think he had the Mazda Turbo.
Mazda 323 Turbo.
323 Turbo, but he only had that for a little bit because then we were just friends. It was nice, but then that's when I first met him. Then when I met him again, like I saw him again, then we started dating. He had
the car that you like.
You had the Volkswagens, yeah. Because when I first met him, he had the Mazda, but then he would drive a little Toyota. And then
1983 Toyota Corolla.
And then you would also drive your dad's what was the one that we had to get gas at Disney? So he was driving that, but then we lost communication for like a year. Then when I saw him again, and this is when we actually were gonna date, he actually had a Volkswagen. And I particularly liked Volkswagen because I grew up, my brother always hooked up Volkswagens and Rabbits and stuff. So when I saw the car, I actually got really excited. And then at that point, I realized, yes, he was into cars. I mean, it was hooked up, it was dropped with rims, and he used to go to the car meets every weekend. So at that point, yes, I realized he was definitely a car guy.
Well, that's interesting. Next question probably should have been the first one, obviously. Do you guys like cars? Beyond the obvious, I like my car, it's so cute. Do you like cars?
I know me personally, like I said, I grew up like my brother hooking up his cars and stuff like that. So I actually liked it. I like my car to look nice, clean, dropped, wheels. I mean, it doesn't gotta be all airbagged out or whatever. I mean, I wish, but you know, I do like cars. I'm into cars. So for me, it's a yes.
I don't think that my car is cute. I think that my car needs some work.
But see, would you like your car to be
I
hooked
would
up?
like it to
Are you
to
into
be,
that, or you just don't care for that?
I think I was into it a little bit.
When you first got the Jetta, you were a little bit more into it. You were like,
Yes.
As soon as we got it, it was a week later, you were like, I want wheels and I want it lower.
Yes, I did. I was into it. I think that right now, because it needs some work, I'm kind of like, whatever, I want a new car. But I know I can't have a new car now.
Do you like car shows and going to car events? I'm leaning over the pool table.
I think that it's grown on me more.
Tell the truth.
I do enjoy them.
You like certain ones, not all of them.
I like the community. I like the behind the scenes of the car shows. I'm not necessarily going there to be like, oh my gosh, this car is, you know, so beautiful. I mean, yeah, a lot of them are beautiful, a lot of them look really good, but I really like the community. I like getting together with our friends and hanging out. So in that aspect, yes, because it also gave you an opportunity to make some really good friends that I like. And then I want to hang out with.
I don't know if I have friends that she hates. She hasn't told me.
And I think that it has really, oh my gosh, it has really broadened your horizons, babe.
She thinks I'm antisocial.
So that's why we get along.
She thinks I'm antisocial and she thinks I don't like anybody, but that's not the case.
You like your friends.
I like...
He likes his circle of friends.
Yes.
That's like how Omar is. Omar, he's loud and he's like very open, but it's around his friends.
Right.
Now when it comes to around other people, it's kind of like, you know, they don't.
Yeah.
They're not as loud, they're not as comfortable, they're not as like normal, you know, they like to socialize with their friends, not anything like outside of that.
Right.
Just saying. Just
So
saying.
what about you? Do you like the car shows? I think that was the original question.
I actually enjoy going to car shows for that particular reason, and I actually like to go see all the different cars and how people, you know, modify them differently. But I don't like getting to the car show. How I have to sit in the car a certain way. Now, whether I wore lotion or I didn't wear lotion, because it's getting on the seats.
Don't leave your water bottle in the car.
No, you can't put any food in the car, no bags in the car, nothing in the back seat. Like, I literally have to sit there like this.
Close the door.
Can't
with
get
the
no
cough.
deodorant on the seat. I have to like sit like this. I can't carry my purse. I have to put it in the trunk. So yeah. Oh, and then, well, not anymore because he has air ride, but normally it's a very bumpy ride. So yeah, I love car shows, but sometimes it's just getting there is the difficult part of it.
The logistics of the whole thing can
Yes.
be a hot mess.
Correct.
You know,
But once we're there, it's all good. It's
you're trying to look cute, you know. You're going to the show. You want to, you know, want to look nice in front of people. You get your hair is all done. Guess what? It's 90 degrees in Florida.
no AC.
No AC. The windows gotta be down. it's not. That part is not.
The struggle is real.
Right. Knowing that we spend a lot of time with our cars and in the garage, is there anything else you would like your car guy to do with his time other than spending it with your car? Our cars. This is a loaded question. By the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? We can take it.
Go ahead, you start this one.
I would like him to spend more time on my car, especially because he drives my car too.
Yikes.
Then I guess maybe obviously everybody's gonna always say, "Oh, clean around the house a little more," but that honestly would probably be it. I honestly, to be honest with you, I think that him not helping me clean my car and do that part bothers me more than him actually cleaning the house. I don't know if that's weird or not, but it actually does bother me more.
You know what, I agree.
Right? Because I feel like the house to me, and I mean, I don't like to say, you know, girls do this and guys do that, but just me personally growing up, I felt like my job as a wife is, I mean, obviously I work too in the household, but is to clean stuff. I make sure this is picked up. My job is to do this. The same way that I feel like a man's job is to take the trash out, you know, make sure the garage is clean, cut the grass, and clean my car. Especially when he's the one who leaves snacks and bottles and stuff in my car. But yeah, that's
She's exaggerating a little bit, but let's not go there.
I am not. Just saying.
Okay.
I think that my answer to that has changed over the years. I think that when I first realized that Greg was a car guy, it annoyed me that he was in the garage all the time and not spending time. We also, I think that Isaiah was very small. So you would be out there for a long time and I'd have to be inside with him without breaks, I felt. So that kind of bothered me. But now I don't think it bothers me at all. I don't have an issue with it. I have to look at it this way. He's home. He's not.
That's how I see it too, yeah.
He's not out in the streets. He's not doing anything that is that's not good for our marriage. He's not drinking. He's not doing drugs. He's home. He's in the garage. If I need to look for him, if I need something,
you know where he's at.
I know where he is. And if he's not home, then I know that he's with one of you guys, and I know where to find him.
So it's true.
But yes, I do agree that I would like it if he were to take care of my car a little bit more.
Now here's the touchy subject that I always get the side eye or the eye roll for. Do you know how much money your car guy spends on car parts, and is it an issue? Just asking the question. Let you know that it is an issue.
Let me start, because she looked like she about to get upset, and I don't when it comes to this. I have to admit, I want to say that I know 95% of the time what he spends on the car. And if I don't know what he spends on it, it's not because he's trying not to tell me. It's just he probably we didn't talk about that or whatever. But for the most part, he does tell me, and I don't mind, because my thought, process on that is, as long as my bills, like our bills are paid and everything else is fine, I could care less what he spends his money on. And if that, like Melinda said earlier, one of the other questions, he's not out spending money, going out liquor, hookers, whatever it is, he's at home, and I see where the money's going. It's going into the car, unless it's going into sneakers, but that's another story. But I know pretty much what he spends on it, and like I said, as long as the bills are paid, I could care less what he spends.
Okay, well, I just got a bird whispered in my ear. How much do you think Omar has spent on the Jetta? If you could give a ballpark answer. Because I did a video with Christian about this, and when you probably don't know, but as you write it down on paper,
it's a lot.
It's astronomical.
I want to say, I know what he spent on the rabbit that one time, and I almost fell over and died by the time he was done. But I'm gonna say maybe I'm exaggerating, like $10,000.
I can tell you as I sit here, I don't even know the total, but it's more than that. Easy.
on the blue car, the water car?
100%.
It's not blue. It's teal.
Teal.
Yeah, you spend more.
That car has about $12,000 to $14,000 in it.
But I'm saying, that's because you're talking about all the wheels you've bought for it and all the.
Whatever I spent on the car,
So that's what I'm saying. I was thinking
take that
maybe
back.
like 10 grand.
It's between $13,000 and $15,000 that car.
So there you go. Okay.
Over time.
Which sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, you had the car for at least 6 years.
Oh, more.
Oh, yeah, more than that.
Eli's 7. He's gonna be 8. He had it before that.
Oh, well, there you go.
I've had it close to 10 years, maybe.
I was gonna
close
say
to 10 years.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Yeah. That's a down payment for a house.
Okay. Thanks.
That's why it's getting it. That's why it's being sold. If anybody's interested.
I don't think that it's something that Greg is trying to hide in any way, and the majority of the finances flow through me because I'm the one that usually takes care of paying all the bills and things like that. So I see when
Stuff gets spent.
when things when there are payments to PayPal and there are all AutoZone and all kinds of places. So I see it, but we don't necessarily discuss it, which I think is my issue. That if there's a big purchase that he's going to make on the car that he doesn't tell me. And I'm like, bruh, you spent how much on what? But I also think that he tries to find a way to funnel the money different ways. Like he'll sell something and gather the money like that. Like he'll sell one set of wheels to upgrade to a new set of wheels.
Exactly.
And
it's not like it's coming exactly out of your budget or something. It's coming from other stuff.
Right. And he'll try to like do some work on somebody's car to earn the money to pay for something to fix on his car. So I do appreciate that. I would like it if he would take more initiative in finding out what the household bills really look like, so that so that maybe he could be a little bit more frugal in his expenses for the car.
Okay. Just kind of along the lines with the extra time question. Do you think there's a balance in your relationship in relation to doing car stuff?
Okay. I think that Greg is hiding because and I know where this question came from, babe, because we just had a big argument about this not too long ago.
Oof. Okay.
Yes, we did. Which we don't really argue, but we did have an argument.
A discussion.
Recently. No, there was no discussion for a few days, which was part of the problem.
Okay.
We didn't talk. It was just like, hey, okay, whatever. And then we talked after. But anyway, sometimes I feel like the car events and the things that we do with your friends take priority over sometimes family things or events that I may plan, and that bothers me. And when Greg knows, because we just had this discussion, that when he plans a car show or something, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, everybody's going. We know that everybody's going. The whole family's going. That's just how it is. But then yeah.
You can talk now.
Did you ask me if I wanted to go to Solo? No, you just booked it. Did you ask me if I wanted to go to the thing in May? No, you just booked it.
You don't want to go to Helen?
That's not the question that I asked you. I asked you, did you ask me if I wanted to go?
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
I know.
No,
because you guys
the answer
would
was
assume,
no.
because we normally will.
Because
we don't say no.
She's been saying it for years since Solo ended that she wants to go back.
But maybe she wants to go to Helen, not necessarily
Right,
Solo.
Exactly.
Going to Helen without Solo is, who cares?
Well, to you, but maybe to her. Maybe
It's
she wants to
nice.
visit for other reasons.
Okay. Listen, the
They
point is,
they
the
had like
point,
one of
the
those air
answer,
balloon. They had like
What
one of
do
those
you-
air balloon things there. Actually, pretty nice.
the answer to your question was no. When I said, did you ask me when you booked
No,
it?
I
No,
didn't.
because you already assumed that all of us as a family were going to go. But if, let's say, I'm like, oh, babe, there's this really cool paparazzi convention, or there's this really awesome cake decorating convention that I want to go to, you'd be like, oh, all right, when is it? Have fun. You know? Oh, it wouldn't be like, oh, we're going. It
I'll
wouldn't
go.
be an assumption.
I go
that
to all
we're
your things.
going.
I go to all your things. Every single one.
So if she was to book it, like you just booked Helen, it's like, by the way, on this day we're going here. You're coming with me.
No problem. She knows that. She can't say I don't say that. It's whenever you want. Let's go. Now, the only time I've ever had an issue, and this is what really started the whole thing, was because we were outside at a place at a party. It was plus 90, 95 degrees. Hot. It was hot. Now, I'm sitting there and I didn't bring stuff to go in the pool because I didn't really care about going in the pool. And we're just sitting outside in the heat, cooking. Now, I'm dying in the heat. There's bugs flying around. It's Florida. I am a little bit miserable. I kind of just want to be left alone. Right? She's like, oh, what's the matter? I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable.
Well,
like,
some car shows it's hot outside.
Here's my point.
They're hot.
You are getting to my point, and thank you for that. Now, where she misunderstood what I said, which I tried to explain to her several times, but still think she doesn't understand, is I know she doesn't necessarily like going to car events. And if it's going to be one of those where, hey, we got to be out there 6 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon because whatever the reason is, I won't ask her to go. Not because I don't want her there, because I know she doesn't want to be there. So for me knowing that, hey, she doesn't want to be there, I'm not even going to bother asking because I know she's going to be like, well, yeah, I'll go because I want to go. I'm not going to put you through that because I know you don't like it. And what I said to her at the time is, I said...
Don't say it, because don't say it.
I'm going to say it.
Don't, because I'm going to get mad.
Oh, well, I kind of put it in a way, was like, yo, listen, I have to say it.
Don't get mad.
No, I'm going to get mad.
She's going to get mad if I say what I said. It wasn't nothing bad. I just pretty much said, like, listen, I don't force you to come to these events. And I didn't say force. I said beg.
You said it.
They don't understand. Nobody's gonna understand the reference. I was like, I don't beg you to go to car shows, but in my head, I don't beg you to go to car shows because I know you don't like them. You understand what I'm saying? Or maybe it's not coming across the right way either. I know, like, if Omar doesn't want to be in front, I'm not gonna keep asking him to be in front of the camera because he doesn't want to be in front of the camera. Simple as that. She got mad because of the way I said it, and she's rolling her eyes now because she doesn't still. It's not coming across the way I think. If there's a better way to say it, then maybe I need to learn or read exactly how to say it.
Maybe she wants to feel like you want her to go.
I do, but me loving my wife, knowing how she is, I will say, well, we're going to Fix Fest. I barely want to go to Fix Fest because it's hot, there's no shade, you're going to be out there all day.
Oof.
I know she's not going to want to be there. Isaiah's not going to want to be there.
That's a tough one.
Thank you.
That's a tough one.
I don't think I've ever been to Fix Fest before.
Exactly, because I won't ask you.
That's
if
what
I won't
the
ask
track,
you to go.
right? The
'Cause,
track.
yes.
And it's hot because of the track alone is
It's
right there. And
terrible.
But
I won't
There
ask
is
her to go.
absolutely
No
no
shade.
shade whatsoever.
But my issue with the whole thing was that you assume that we want to go to these things with you. Okay, Fix Fest, maybe you understand, like, okay, I don't even necessarily want to go all the time. I know my family's not going to want to go. But to me, it made me feel like I beg you to go places. And I kind of do feel like I beg you to go places.
like what she's saying is she doesn't want to have to feel like she has to beg you to go to places with her. You should go naturally the same way that she does when you say that you're going to go somewhere.
When I do, she doesn't have to ask me. She's just like, hey, there's a thing going on wherever.
Yeah, but
and I'm like,
you must be
you don't
doing
know the
something.
process.
No,
You don't
you
know the
must be doing
process.
something. You must be doing something that you're not realizing that she is begging you. It might be the way
Yeah.
that she said. She might have to tell you like on Monday and then repeat it again on Wednesday and tell you, well, don't forget that it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
To her, that might be
begging to right. You know what I'm saying?
To me, that's not
what I'm
begging.
saying.
To me,
I have
it's-
to prepare
That's to me
myself.
is reminding me.
Sorry.
I forget.
There you go. Yep.
The trip was Isaiah went SeaWorld recently, right? And I'm like, when is the trip? Was it the trip that he had to tell me 2-3 times?
Probably.
It was a trip, and I'm like, oh, when's the trip? And he's like, you said it was this. And then it was like the next day, I was like, something about the trip. And then you said like, oh yeah, then you went to write on the calendar. And the third day I did it on purpose to be like, oh, something's coming up. And then you looked at me and I was like, I know the trip is coming. So I do forget things. And you know I
But I'm
forget.
saying you're making her feel some sort of way that she feels like she's having to beg. Maybe you don't see it that way, but she sees it that way. Do you understand what I'm
The
saying?
point is that I don't feel like there's a balance in the things that I would like to do and the things that you do. But then I don't necessarily feel like it's a huge deal because I do, like I said before, I do enjoy the community. I do enjoy the friends that we have. So if I know that Laurelie's coming, I know that Denise is coming, if I know that the other girls are going to be there, then I know I'm going to have a good time because I'm going to be able to hang out with them. So it's not a huge deal that I'm going to the car show and I'm going to be out and I'm going to be hot because I know that I'm going to make the best out of it. The difference is that when we do something that I want to do, you sit there miserable and you don't make the best out of it.
Listen.
I feel you because I know exactly what
Honestly,
you're
yes,
talking
there
about.
are a handful of times that I go to things that you say we have to go to, and I'm just like, listen, one just happened, and even you were like, listen, this needs to be over. Okay? If I'm gonna be miserable, I'm just like, and she knows what I'm talking about with the other things, because there may be certain people there, and I'm just like,
I think what she's saying too, because sometimes.
but I've never
I feel
ever
this
told
way.
her, no, I don't want to go.
I feel like if I go with him to
It's different.
places, I'm sociable. I talk to people. I mean,
Yes.
God knows when I was like 16, I would go to the car meets with him and have to walk around and talk to random people that I didn't even know. That's how I ended up meeting everybody else. But, you know, if I take him to something that I'm going to, he'll sit there. Like I think miserable. Sit somewhere or on his phone or goes outside and disappears. Like,
Unless there's people there I know.
But
correct. That's what I'm trying to say.
but that's-
You don't socialize
But
with
that's
other
his
people when it
personality,
comes.
whether he would have been there or anywhere
No,
else.
because there's sometimes that necessarily that I want to go and talk to the people, but I'm not gonna sit there either in a corner and they're gonna be like, "Damn, that's Omar's wife."
You don't have to.
You know?
You don't
But
have to
wait,
talk to me about
okay,
it.
hold on. But when I first started coming around you guys, right? Greg told me that I was doing that with you guys. He
I
was
don't
like,
feel that way.
I didn't think so either.
Doing what?
He was like, oh, I walked into, I think we were at your house, and I think that for some reason,
You were
like,
sitting on the couch
I
or
was sitting on
something?
the couch or
Oh,
something,
man.
and because there was nowhere to sit in the kitchen, so I was sitting on the couch. And Greg came into the house and he was like, oh, you're not even trying to socialize with the girls? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, I never saw you as like antisocial.
I don't remember
I
that
think
at
for
all.
girls it's a little different
Thank
too,
you,
because
Omar.
girls can be a little standoff. You know, like at first they're kind of like, you know, I don't know. And I feel for girls it's a little more intimidating too when there's a group of girls already that know each other,
Right,
and a
right.
new girl comes into the group. You know, it's kind of like, oh damn, they all know each other. They're all
Right.
cool. You know, it's a little different.
Mhm.
But I never got that. But I have to admit, I think it's somewhat balanced. I don't really ask him to come with me to do much. But I know he's gone to like the hair shows with me. I mean, he liked that. And I'm trying to think of other things. Mostly I just, I do my thing with the girls. And then, I mean, if I really like, hey, let's go to the mall, go shopping. I mean, he'll go shopping with me and stuff. He's never been like, no, I'm like, unless it's other events, but I don't expect him to go to all that stuff too sometimes.
What events would those be?
Like family stuff sometimes. You're like, oh God, do we really have to go all the way over there? Or do we have, like, no. Even though I go to your
impression
family
of
events.
Omar is impeccable.
No, he has his days. Honestly, too, Omar, it depends on his mood. Sometimes he's like really good and stuff, but if sometimes he's just like in that mood, so he'll do whatever he wants and that's it. But I have to admit, it's not like if I really ask him, like, babe, it really matters a lot to me. Can you please come or whatever? I know he'll come because if not, I'll just make him anyways. But.
Okay. Second to last question. What is your favorite car?
You go first on that one because I'm not.
My favorite car has to be the BMW E30. M3, sorry. Like the boxy style one. Like it a lot.
Fancy.
Oh, you got that money.
Yeah, good luck finding one of those for cheap.
Whatever.
Just
Someday.
saying. I know, you can-
Dreams do come true.
Yes, they do.
Just saying.
You've always talked about a bus. Having one of the
But you said it the other day when
Yeah, bus would be nice.
I would like a bus.
Would you drive it?
If I could.
They don't have
I
AC.
could
I
drive
don't know
it.
Do you like a particular year, particular style?
No.
She likes the split windows.
You like split windows?
Yeah.
Do you like
Two-tone, the fancy
369s, I believe? Pre-70s, pre-69s?
370s.
I do like the bus, but that's not like if I'm thinking if you're
Yeah, big
thinking
windows and 70s.
if I'm thinking project car, I think the bus. If I'm thinking just for like my personal use, I don't know. I really loved my Infinity, my G35.
But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for participating. It was fun. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.